Tonight we're going to be moving the telephone equipment in the garage to a new mounting location. Previously the telephone and the ringer was over here, but now that that shelf is there, I'm going to move it over to here, which kind of makes more sense anyways, because now when you walk in the door it's right there on the right, as opposed to having to come in, shut the door, and then get to the phone. So this is better, because now if I'm in the yard and I hear the phone ringing, I can just come in here and grab it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a piece of this wood. This is I don't know, maybe 6 inches wide, and we're going to cut maybe a foot and a half or so down, and I'm just going to tack it onto the beam up there and use it to hang the phones. So let's go ahead and get this piece of wood out of here so I can cut it. We won't need too much, just about a foot and a half I think is good. So I'll balance it on this trash can, and that should give us a nice cutting surface. We'll get the saw. That's nice. So this piece of wood is kind of crummy. It's weird on the other side, but I think we'll just the whole thing is kind of dirty, so it is what it is. I think we'll just cut it, let's say right about here. This is actually a horrible cutting surface. Oh well. Okay. So this I will mount just kind of like this. I'll screw it in up at the top. I'll have to shave that foam down. I'll screw this in at the top, and this will hold the ringer and the telephone. I wonder what no, we probably can just screw it in over that. I think it'll push it down. Okay, so we're going to have to put a screw down at the bottom as well to keep it against the wall. So we'll just put it like maybe right there. on second thought, I think we should just attach it to the wall exclusively and not bother with this mounting onto the wood top here. I would prefer not to drill holes in the block wall, but since I have to, we might as well just do it like this and avoid the flakiness. There's our hole. Now we're going to switch to these blue screws, which are hex bit. I never used to like the hex bit, but the more I use it, I'm kind of starting to like it. It doesn't seem to slip out that easily. I don't know why I used to feel that it did. Alright, so now I gotta drill. Wow, this door is drafty. What a waste of money. I gotta get that fixed. Jeez, I can't believe how much air is coming in this door. And to think that this room is probably the best room of the house in terms of holding heat. Okay, so we're gonna drill a hole right around there with the wood bit, and then find out where it hits the actually, I guess I could just go with the concrete bit. I know the wood bit would get damaged by the concrete, but I don't think the concrete bit would get damaged by the wood. It might just not work that well. I like those screws. They're working pretty good. Alright, so there's our wall mount for the phones. Nice and solid. Perfect. And what else was perfect is that when I went inside to run a new line, I discovered that the old line actually had a considerable amount of slack on it, and it was enough to just be able to pull it over. So let's see. As long as I don't bend this too much, flex it too many times, we should be able to just reuse this and mount it right back here. So let's get this taken apart here. That's really how I set that up? That was stupid. Should have gone like that at least. Because now there's a pinch in the wire. Jeez, I cannot believe I did that. The heck was I thinking? This finna break. Oh gosh, that's awful. Wow. I must have been hungry. cool. Let's just throw that one too. Alright, so now we can take this jack and move this, as long as the wire don't break. Man, that's awful. I feel like I should redo it. Yeah, I'm gonna redo it because it's just very flaky. I'm gonna redo it. This needs to be reliable, because this telephone, if there was ever some kind of an emergency in the yard or whatever, this is the first phone I'll be going to. So this needs to be not flaky at all. I mean, none of the phones should be flaky, but this one in particular should not be. Okay. So let's, I gotta grab something to cut this with. Alright, so the flakiness starts where that was pinched. Jeez, I can't believe I did it like that. Just a couple more flexes and that will break. I think it's broken now. Alright, whatever, we'll cut that part off. Get fresh wire in there, and we're going to run it differently this time so that that doesn't happen. Okay, so the way it should have been done is, let me look at this. Oh shoot. Okay, so the way it should have been done is, it should have come in, where did that screw go? Here it is. It should have come in on the top right or the top left, because in the, on to core the plate, there's gaps. That's blurry. There's gaps here and here, which would allow the wire to pass in. So that's where it should have been. So that's where it will go this time. I don't know why on earth I did it that way before. That's unlike me to do something like that. Okay, so we want number 2. We'll go on from the front. Okay, so that should be good for the jack now. Put the wire up like that, and then this goes up like that. There we go, the wire is connected. Let me just make sure that it's working. I got the telephone handy. It's working. the reliable choice, made in USA or made in Japan. Made in Japan and made in USA are both reliable. Okay, now we'll mount this bracket as far down as I can get it. It's not going to go down quite as far as I would like it to, but it's going to go down enough that it's not worth running a whole new wire for this. It'll end up being like right there. Let me see if I can get any more inches of slack out of this thing. I don't think so, but let me check it before we tack it down. I've got all the slack I can possibly get out of it. So wherever it falls now is wherever it's going to go. So it's going to have to go right about, this is going to have to be able to go like that. It's going to have to come to about here. Seriously? Okay, so we'll go right around there. Hook this on the top for a minute. Okay. Oh, these screws are too long now. I gotta get a shorter screw. Shorter screws. This is for the ringer, and then I guess I should probably just cut all this back because I don't think so that I'm going to be installing any more telephones here in this particular area. It just really wouldn't make any sense to, because even if I put a cordless there, it might cause interference with the corded phone, so don't think that anything else will go there. So now when I put the jack here, see it's got these two gaps there. The wire can go out one of those gaps and not get a pinch. Good grief, I still can't believe what a horrible setup that was. I can't believe I did that. I'm shocked. Okay, let's put the telephone back. One, two, three. It is working. Okay, so now for the ringer. So the ringer, I don't think so that the ringer will fit. Oh, actually it might just barely fit. Let's see. I hope it does. Oh, it fits perfectly. So the ringer will just screw here and that come out like that. Oh yeah, that's really gonna work great. Oh. Alright, that's the setup. I suppose what we should do at least is snip that insulation off, because the insulation we'll never use, and then we can just kind of tie the rest of the wires back. That'll make it look a little neater. Oh, it's there's another pair in there. What the heck? Okay. Let's snip this. And then what we can do to make this look better is we can take these two pairs that we're not going to use right now, and we can kind of wind these up backwards. I really don't think so that I'll ever use these, but I've said that before and then I've wanted it, so we'll just leave it there. It doesn't do any harm to have it. Okay. And then this one, we do a little loop here before this plugs in. Looks pretty good to me. It's a lot cleaner than the other setup was anyways. Okay, here's the final setup. This is what it looks like. I think this looks much better than it did before. This is much cleaner. It looks like it was meant to be there. And it makes more sense because now if I'm outside and I get a call, I can just come right in and grab the phone right when I open the door. Or if there's an emergency while I'm out in the yard, I can come in here and grab the phone right quick and make the call. For example, just got sprayed by a skunk! Alright, hopefully that never happens, but you never know. There's a lot of skunks around here. They all stink. Anyways, so now I will, I'm going to call somebody and have them just call me right back so we can hear it and make sure that it's ringing. Okay, it should be calling any minute now. I just thought what might be interesting. There we go. It's working. Hello. We're all set, it's working. Bye. Okay, so now what I was thinking is maybe I'll mount a caller ID box over here or something like that. But that'll come later on. So that's the garage telephone set up. Came out pretty good. I'm glad I didn't have to run a new wire.